Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at the Evolv Royal climbing shoe, which is kind of a beginner to mid-range shoe. You can pick it up for about £55 UK and anywhere from $60 to $70 US. So we're going to go through some of the specs and then we're going to tell you what we think. So it's a fairly no-frills shoe. You've got a leather construction here for the upper, lace closure system. The inner is also lined, but only from the arch to the toe. Two back tags, and then you've got Evolv's TRAX rubber encasing the shoe. Another neat side feature is that you have what Evolv call a variable thickness rand, which is why it has VTR on the side here. And all that means is that the rubber for the toe portion of the rand is thicker in some areas and thinner in others, just for comfort reasons and to make sure that the rubber doesn't wear out when you're constantly jamming that toe into cracks and things. So there we have it. What do we think of the Evolv Royal? Well, clearly you can see here that this shoe is worn quite a lot, and actually my colleague has been climbing in these for 2 years and has never had a problem with them. I mean, they're very comfortable, they perform really well, and the leather is getting a little bit tatty here, but I mean there's no holes, there's no obvious sign of any problems developing here, and the laces aren't even frayed, so it's going to last a long time, which is a big positive. Another thing, as I said before, comfort wise, the leather will stretch and mold to your foot really well. So if you're the type of climber that's looking for comfort whilst not necessarily sacrificing any of the performance, I mean the Royale holds up really well. It's sort of a very good all-rounder, I would say. I mean, as you can tell from the shape of it, and it's got a flat sole as well, I mean, it's not a very technical shoe, but that does not mean that it can't do things like stand on very small holes, for example. I mean, there's no hugely prominent edge here, but it does edge very well. The TRAX rubber actually works pretty good in the with the general architecture of what's going on here. When I was wearing these, I could stand on extremely small things. I mean, it's a great smearing shoe, so it pretty much ticks all the boxes. One thing I would mention is that I mean it's not a particularly sensitive shoe. If you're used to wearing a shoe with where you can feel the holes underneath your feet and you can detect that subtle pressure on your foot. You probably will notice a big difference when you wear the Royales, because it's a very thick, stiff sole here. I mean the rubber is about 4.2 millimeters, whereas if you take a more technical climbing shoe, sometimes they go down to 2 or 1.5. But that being said, if this was not as stiff, it wouldn't give as much support to your foot, and it wouldn't be suited to crack climbing and toe jamming and all the things that this kind of shoe is really designed for. So overall, it's a pretty good shoe, and I would certainly recommend it if you're looking for your kind of first pair. It's not priced right down at the bottom, but honestly, if you just save up a little bit more, the Evolvs are a great choice. So there we go. I hope you found this review helpful. These have been the Evolv Royals.